This tutorial demonstrates how to create a list ScrapeMap in order to scrape multiple similarly formatted data points from a web source. In this example, let's target a list of inexpensive cameras on eBay. In the source browser, let's browse to eBay. In the Shop by category, choose Electronics, and then select Cameras and Photo. In the Camera Shop by category list, choose Point and Shoot cameras. Let's further refine the results by specifying as Canon camera. Lastly, let's sort our results by lowest price so that the first camera listed will be the least expensive. Now that we have browsed to the data we want, let's click on the Create ScrapeMap button in the ScrapeMap toolbar to create our ScrapeMap. In the Create New ScrapeMap dialog box, let's specify the file path for our new ScrapeMap. There are a few different choices for the type of ScrapeMap field. Once this option has been set, the type of ScrapeMap cannot be changed. Freeform ScrapeMaps return only one data point per data address. Table ScrapeMaps target HTML tables. List ScrapeMaps are ideal for when you need to scrape multiple rows of data from the same site. Choose a list type of ScrapeMap. Enable Add Data Updated field. Leave the Create New or Update Existing Table option set to Update Existing. Choose Write to Excel. Specify the table name and file path of the Excel file we're going to be writing to. Now select OK to create the ScrapeMap. Now let's select the list data we want to scrape. Click the description of camera in the list. Choose Capture List Data from the ScrapeMap Wizard dialog. Let's name this first data address Camera Description and leave the description field blank. When selecting list data, you must select multiple examples so that a proper selector can be generated for that data address. Now let's click on a second, different description in the web list. This causes the data address to be created. All data points that will be captured are highlighted in green on the web page, and the data displays in the Data Preview pane. You may notice all of your desired data points are not recognized. This is because the selector generated for the data address is not general enough to capture all of the necessary data. Troubleshooting how to get your best selectors is discussed in another tutorial. Now let's add the URLs for the cameras to our data. Click another camera description. From the ScrapeMap Wizard dialog, select Capture List URL. Name the data address URL and leave the description blank. Click on another description in the source browser to complete the creation of this data address. ScrapeMate has the ability to drill down into links to extract additional data. In this example, we want to capture some additional data about each camera that isn't present in the main list. Click on a camera description in the source browser. Select Browse to List Web Page. Name this action Browse to More Camera Info. Click on a different camera description to finalize the creation of this browse action. You'll notice ScrapeMate has navigated to the first link you clicked on and created a new instruction set for this new page. Click on the price of the camera. Choose Capture Data from the ScrapeMate wizard. Name this data address Price and select OK to create this data address. We also want to capture how trustworthy the eBay seller is, so let's click on Seller Feedback. Choose Capture Data from the ScrapeMap wizard. Name this data address Seller Feedback and select OK to create this data address. Now let's browse back to the main list page to finalize our ScrapeMap. You can do this by selecting the Browse Back button in the Source Browser toolbar, or simply click on the root instruction set for this ScrapeMap. To get all of your required data, you'll often need to click through the next list results. To add this action, click on the next arrow at the bottom of this list. In the ScrapeMap Wizard dialog, expand the Other Actions drop-down and select Click Next. Name this action Next Action. With this type of click action, you can specify the maximum number of times you'd like it to be performed. Remember to be realistic with the amount of data you are scraping. Excel cannot handle 100,000 rows of data. In this example, let's set this to just 3 to ensure the ScrapeMap will finish quickly. Select OK to create this action. Now save the ScrapeMap that you have created. Click the Run button to scrape the data that you have specified. You'll see the browser cycling through the sub-instruction sets and next pages. This concludes the tutorial. Additional information about ScrapeMate's functionalities can be found in subsequent video tutorials or by browsing to ScrapeMate's Learning Center.